Set your butane torches to high and your expectations to low. Coming to you live from Just the Tip Cigars in the hills of the Steel City. Get ready to get your fix. This is the Cigar Junkies Podcast. Welcome to the Cigar Junkies Podcast, a cigar show for the community by the community. A forum to talk stogies, booze, food, and anything else in the cigar lifestyle. If you're looking for ratings, negativity, reviews, or an authority on all things cigars, you came to the wrong place. Whether you like what you hear or not, please join the conversation and let us know by finding us at the Cigar Junkies Facebook group or emailing us at thecigarjunkies@gmail.com.
What's up, junkies?
You threw the whole pace off with that one.
What the fuck you want me to do? It's not like you could come over for a recording session.
Just saying.
It'll get fixed eventually. So, yeah, guys, it won't stay that way forever. We'll get it back up to par. But, the problem is we needed to change the intro to the show because we're not in a cigar cave anymore.
Correct.
And I, of course, no good deed goes unpunished, wanted the fucking advertisement for Just a Tip to be in there. So I, spent hours getting everything re-recorded from nothing because the original file is gone. And, of course, I get shit, which is as it should be, I imagine.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I feel like that's kind of how we do.
Dude, and I promise you, the level wasn't intentionally different to fuck you up, but I could see you go like, it ain't the same level no more.
Oh, dude, it was blasting my ears out. It was fucking horrible.
Yeah, so that
sounded good, but I'm like, whoa, wow, that's really fucking loud.
And I was just like watching your face because when I went to the second part, because nobody's heard it but me yet.
Right.
So when it goes to the second part and the two of my voices going back and forth, Jason's like over there like going, fuck. I think I drank the wrong coffee and shit. You know?
Maybe. It's the one with fucking DMT in it. I'm about to see the Clockwork Elves.
Yay.
But, fucking work.
How is your coffee? How is you? Right. I mean,
it's good.
Ghetto, but it works.
Hey, you know what?
You know what? Third one's the charm.
Indeed.
Right. Yeah. So Jason came in and decided he was going to pour his coffee everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
He sammed.
So we got that all cleaned up and got him a newer refreshment to replace it. That way he can do it again, except break glass when he does it this time.
That's accurate.
AJ, Seth Jones, welcome.
Yeah, absolutely. And here's what I want to know.
What's that?
Troy Harper, my man, fucking, there's not a time of day he won't send me a message. But then the time comes to chime in.
I think
where are you at?
I think you're reading it incorrectly. I think he knows us, and he's like, "Oh, it's way too close to 9:30. There's no way that they're actually on yet."
I mean, to be fair, we're already 18 minutes out. Dr. Pecker.
Yes. Hold on.
Old fucking man, Sam. How do you know you're old when you make a noise when you sit down and stand up?
Yeah, it's not great.
Accurate.
Yeah. So this was brought to us on Friday night. A good old Dr. Pecker with 24 flavors. So thank you,
Thanks,
AJ,
Trey,
for that.
For 24.
24. Yeah, pretty fantastic. I was giggling my ass off on that, especially when he set the bag down.
That was loud
didn't
too.
see
Yeah,
it
that was
coming.
really loud. When he set the bag down, we both were kind of like, "What's in the bag?
Like,
what's in the box?
what's in the box? What's in the box?"
Well, here's the thing. Last time somebody came up to us in that manner with a bag like that, we ended up drinking a mix of MD 2020.
Yeah, that's true. That's
So,
true.
A little bit of PTSD there, some Vietnam flashbacks happening and shit.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
got little quackers.
not all of us actually overdid it on the Mad Dog 2020. There was only one who made the conglomeration of.
But I
hell.
didn't overdo it on that drink. It was a
did have a
combination of
lot.
such.
We did have a lot of different drinks that evening.
Yeah, I think you forgot to pay your city fines there. What are you gonna do?
What's up, buddy?
Hey,
So,
how you doing?
One of our previous smiling faces on the show, Jim Scouse, showed up. Brady popped his head
Dude,
in
that's a
real quick to
guy
say
that
hello.
he's got I'm not gonna smile built into his name. Scowl.
Scow, yeah, yeah,
But he's always smiling.
always.
It's one of them ironic nicknames, like
Yeah.
a big guy named Tiny.
Right.
Yeah. Kevin Burgess, hello.
What's up, guys? So,
How was your week?
I don't know. Interesting, Lots of work, lots of not enough sleep. Had some good ass times here on fucking Friday.
Yeah, Friday was a good time.
I spent 90% of my evening watching Jason and just counting every minute past 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Because we got to leave at 7 o'clock.
Well,
We ain't staying. I got steps to build.
I blame my wife for that.
Yeah.
Totally.
What was that about? Like, why did you need to leave at 7? Just
Because we had to get ready for Emma's party, which we were scrambling around for by the time it came to Emma's party.
Mhm.
And we still did not have all the work done that needed
Yeah.
done. So
But I knew they wouldn't.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting here laughing. I'm like walking up to everybody. I'm like, look what time it is. Look at that fucking jackass. He's playing another game of chess. She's out there. I'd be sneaking up on her, refilling her wine glass from behind her.
I
while
bet
she's
you
facing
were,
the
you
other
piece of
way.
shit.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, no, I mean, there was a pretty high number of women to male ratio that night because everybody brought wives, girlfriends, all that. So
Yeah, Seneca was here, so
yeah, well, I mean, that counts as 2.
Seneca's ambiguous.
yeah.
It's Pat.
Hey, fuck, I'm gonna lose it. What's the name of the guy that serves you the wine at the fancy places?
Sommelier.
It's
Yeah.
sommelier.
I was
No,
like-
that's not a sommelier. Sommelier is the taster.
Yeah, expert.
Well,
Is there a name?
A waiter.
Oh, the waiter.
Yeah.
I like his word better because it's specific to wine. So I'm gonna say I was a ninja sommelier.
I was,
Fucking
interestingly enough, I was watching like the national sommelier competition
yeah.
like 3 weeks ago. Just randomly popped up on like one of the feeds I was doing.
I didn't realize they
he
had a
was like
competition
men
for that.
swishing around liquid in their mouths, and he's like, "This isn't what I wanted." Oh well,
This liquid's the wrong color.
It's not enough body.
we gotta.
Easy.
Come on, I'm trying to make it through this one without coughing my
be
ass
drinking
off.
that Semignon Blanc.
Hashtag caught.
That's so. We need an emoji for that because I've done that
this
so
one
many
right here?
times. Instead of face palm, it's mic palm
Yep. Just
or
damn it.
face mic.
Yep.
Yeah, it doesn't work, but there's got to be an emoji. We do make it up.
But no,
However,
it was cool to have all the wives here, is what I was getting at, and I think that fueled Jen hanging out because
Yeah.
BGD.
BGD was here for a while.
Yeah. Some introductions were made.
Yeah.
Some people's lives
good
were
dude.
changed forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool guy.
And BGD's all right too. Yeah, it was interesting. So, as we do, we're running late, but you got some new little improvements here. You guys will have to let us know if you prefer the lack of visual obstruction or if you guys are like, oof, too much face.
I like that
Let's
we
put
did that,
the
but we
arms
left this
back.
arm in the shot right here. That's nice.
Yeah, that one's still
That
there.
I did not set up the shot. That could be moved to a different location. at
It's
any
fine.
point. You know, obviously some things are going to continue to change, but dude, it would have been super cool. I would have blamed you. I'm not giving you a hard time because this fella right here requested something on the way in, right? And but all I could think was, I made the board so much lighter, and Jason's not here to feel it because I have to fucking carry it every day. You know?
I like it.
Yeah. Bunch of bullshit.
I figured you stopped there anyways. That's why I was like, oh, I'm going to text him.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, those pepperoni rolls are good.
Fire.
Yeah.
All right, so let's compare notes here, Seth Jones. Seth says he attended the Connecticut Barn Smoker yesterday, only got through 7 cigars, but he's only 40 minutes away from the location. All right, so I smoked 4 cigars, I think, on my way to, on maybe 3 or 4. But worst case scenario, I was at 12. So even if you take away 4, that leaves me with 8. So I still win.
I'm glad that it was a competition.
Math,
I'm
yeah.
glad that it needed to be a competition. I'm just saying, not saying, just saying.
He might have smoked bigger ones than me. You know what I mean?
It's true.
We all have.
Yeah.
I think I smoked 5
Yeah.
that whole day.
Yeah, dude, my larynx, whatever that fucking word is,
Larynx.
was fucking shot.
And by the time I got to the last cigar of the day, which was one of the ones I was looking forward to smoking. It was the one with the yellow band around the back of it.
Underground 10.
Yeah, the Undercrown 10. So I got to that. That was the last
G-string.
one. That was the last one of the night, and I couldn't finish it
No.
because
they couldn't taste.
no, I could not finish it, man. It was by the time I got about halfway through it, it was so fucking strong. I was like,
Bold.
oh, I've been smoking this shit all day. I'm tapped out.
Dude, I woke up the next day. I sounded like Jason until like 3 o'clock.
Lucky you.
Yeah.
Not everybody
coffee.
can have a deep gravelly voice like
right.
me.
Hey, man. You know.
I got a face for radio.
I have no idea how many cigars I smoked when I was in Vegas for PCA, but I know that I never didn't have a cigar in my hand.
Yes.
So, like
But to be fair,
We'll skip this one.
well, you skipped the last one, so I wasn't going
it's on air.
Yeah, it was on there. It was.
Mm.
I don't think it was.
Anyways,
It was before.
to be fair.
To be fair, I get what I want. You were not finishing all those cigars. You know what I mean? Because you
No,
have
that's
you
what
have
I'm
to
saying.
put one down and move
Yeah,
on to another
that's why I
one.
said,
So
like-
you can't. It's hard to get a count.
Yeah, I didn't
You-
keep
you-
track, but
you
I
do a timer.
always had. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't even a timer thing. Like I always had.
Why do you have to put one down and go to another one?
Because you have to try another cigar. You're trying 100 cigars in one day.
Sure.
You can't smoke them
Yeah,
all
booth
to
to
the end.
booth.
Okay.
So
Were they shorter cigars?
sometimes, depending on what
Because-
they wanted you, which blend they wanted you to taste.
Man, like I don't really start to enjoy a cigar until I'm probably a quarter of the way through it.
The other problem is there's a couple of things that are going to mess with you too, is because you have to understand that all of those cigars are dry because you're in Vegas and they all just got shipped there the day before. So like they're not all
Yeah, no-
handled. They're not all properly humidified.
Right.
Let's say that.
So most of them keep them in like a big Ziploc bag with a big Boveda in it.
But as soon
it's-
as you pull it out, all that moisture is fucking going.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, because the cigar's not released yet, you're smoking a cigar that might not come out for a few months even. So they might be young, they might not be ready for shelves, and you have to be able to look past some of that stuff too.
Well,
So-
that's what happened with West Tampa for
Yeah.
me. I didn't, the ones I had at the show, I mean, they were good, but I didn't like them. And then I had them again, I don't know, 9 months later, and they're fantastic. But they were young. You could taste that they were young. And now I enjoy all three. So.
Yeah, and that's something that, like personally, I've never been there, so I'm not speaking from a position of condescension, like blah blah blah. But I do know that it's something that you like over time of doing this will train yourself to be able to look past that stuff and be like, okay, this is from this, but I could taste underneath. This is going to be really good when it's ready.
Right.
Which is like one of the most challenging things about blending a cigar is like understanding that it's not going to taste later how it tastes. It's almost like licking the dough
Right.
and knowing what it's going to taste like after it's baked. Yeah, that's okay.
No, I got it. There were just so many wrong.
Yeah,
jokes.
oh, yeah, I
could
could watch
see
it.
it happen.
The great thing was there was like not one for him to focus on.
Yeah.
And just smoke pouring out of his
Give him a
fucking
plethora.
headset. That's right.
I like it.
Okay, so Sam, how was your week?
Good. Yeah, I mean everything went well here at the shop. Friday night was a blast with everybody.
Even
and
all
then,
your
and then on Friday, I'm trying to get the lighters and stuff put away, and bent down, picked up a box of punches, and there was an audible pop, to the point where it scared the three people sitting at this table when I was over there. And yeah, it's been not great since then. It's been very, very not good.
And so what you're saying is that was an old man pop.
That was an old man pop. You know, all the years working like
picking shit up's a young man's game.
yeah, it amazed me because like, I've picked up heavy stuff. I've built this and all that. Right? No, how do I hurt myself? Picking up a box of cutters, little box punches, like 3 pounds. Just reach for it and goodbye.
The important question is, where did it pop? Was it your back?
Lower back.
Lower back.
Yeah. Yeah.
When that happened to me, I was putting a tire or trying to get the tire out of the back of my car, and it was my rib.
Oh,
Dude, it like sent this electrical charge through my entire body when it happened, and it hurt for months. It happened while I was in new hire orientation, and it didn't stop hurting until like my 3rd week inside the plant.
Hell yeah. My dad dropped his sunglasses or something in the car, like they slid off of his center console. So he was like at a stoplight or something and leaned over the armrest to go pick them up and crack the
cracked
rib.
the rib. Yep.
Yeah. It's like
ribs are
that
the
is
worst.
that is not like a cool story.
No, dude, it
Like my
hurts
rib
so
injury
bad
is a cool
forever.
story. That's like a oh shit. Like I overreached.
Oh,
You don't know
no.
the forklift?
No.
No,
Uh-uh.
really?
Mm.
Either one of you?
Yeah, you probably told me and I just didn't listen, but
All right. I was on a drill out at Falcon, and it was for forget the customer's name. We had them at Schlumberger, but they had so much sand on their drill outs that in between wells, whenever the rig was moving over to a different well, instead of trying to maintain our shit, we would just swap out the manifold. We had a new manifold every new well because there was so much sand, and the blast subs and 90s would just wash out. So I'm running a job. It's late at night. It's like 11 o'clock at night. It's wintertime or something. So there was way too much shit blocking the area in where we were at because it was a small location. So in order to we pulled the other manifold out, but we had to fully extend the telehandler all the way, and it's got a strap in the middle.
yeah.
And so they're putting the new one in. We're trying to position it, but it's off kilter. It's leaning. And so essentially I was like, hey, set it down. I'm going to adjust it so that it's level. And so he sets it down and just leaves slack on it. And I crawl in to start making adjustments. And I'm leaning over. You know what a flowback manifold looks like? Because I know
Yeah.
Jason does, but he's off wandering. So I have my chest leaning over a couple of plug valves. And the one of the outriggers on the forklift just kicks out. So I looked. I was like, the forks are on either side of me. The mast is over front of me. Like, I know I'm okay. I'm in a safe position to reach underneath of here. But I hadn't considered if it came down at an angle, because why would it? Well, the outrigger button was stuck in, and it popped out, and it just fucking, the whole outrigger just kicked out. And so the forklift come down in the middle of my back and started slowly crushing me against my chest on top of the plug valves.
Ow.
And I'm pushing as hard as I can, and
You can't do shit about it, though.
And I do. It wasn't like I wasn't screaming, crying, life flashing before my eyes. It was just like, oh,
I'm
gonna die.
Yeah.
Because it's slowly, just more and more pressure crunching on me. And so Jose, the operator, finally figured out what the hell happened and why it dropped, and hurried up and picked it back up. And I just got a moment of breath. And then it come down and kicked. It bounced, as it does, fully extended, hit me in the back again. And then I like just pushed as hard as I could and pushed myself out. But there was like 5 guys standing around within 5-10 feet of me. And when I come out and slid down, hit the ground, I went, and they're like, holy shit. Like they thought I was dead until they heard me make that noise. I actually startled them because they thought fucking I was already dead.
Yeah, they thought you were crushed.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Best part of that story.
Oh, the oil field, man.
Yeah. Best part of that story.
The fucking oil field.
4 or 5 weeks later, we're out hiking in Ohio pile, and I get a call asking me to come in. Meanwhile, I'm still sore from this shit because, trying to sleep, Like I wake up like in pain and like because I try to roll over or something in the middle of the night. But so like I get a call. We have to drive back so I could go to Ohio to do a job. And as we're driving up like 70 or something in that area, there's a Sunbelt rentals over there. And there's a bunch of telehandlers in the parking lot. And I was like, hey kids, you see those things sticking up with the forks up in the air? And they're like, yeah. And I said, that's the thing that crushed me last month. And my son goes, Dad, run, there's a whole army of them. So,
nice.
Oh, the kids got jokes.
Yep. It's like the funniest thing he ever said.
Oh, no, that's great. Run, there's a whole army of them.
Shall we discuss what we're smoking?
We should probably do that.
Is this from here?
Yeah.
I don't know why I do know. It's time for the Cigar of the Week, brought to you by Just the Tip Cigars. Are you looking for the best selection of boutique cigars? Do you want the tried and true legacy brands that are synonymous with the cigar lifestyle? Do you want luxurious cutters, lighters, and other accessories? Do you want to relax in the most comfortable cigar lounge in the burg? Then you want Just the Tip Cigars.
Conveniently located in the Bavarian Village Shopping Center in South Park, Pennsylvania, Just a Tip Cigars has been tailor-built to your smoking needs. Whether you visit in person or on the web at justatipcigars.com, when it comes to cigars, Just a Tip is the whole package.
See, it's
Make
a good
Just
thing.
a Tip your home for premium cigars.
It's a good thing I asked because
Yeah.
I thought I saw you pull them out, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Hey, my bad. I did the notes last night.
He's like, why do I even make notes? And I'm just sitting there going,
You're like, yeah, why do you?
yeah.
Hey, that's fair. I take my licks.
I-
whenever.
It's all right.
know. For
We got it.
was on me. All right. We are smoking the Dissident Soapbox. It is a 6 3/4? 6 3/4 by 54 Toro Gorda with a Brazilian wrapper, Ecuadorian binder, and Nicaraguan fillers. This was a cigar that had been around for a while and then relaunched at the 2019 PCA trade show. And that's pretty much all I could find about it because even like Ovea Negra has nothing about it on their website.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
nothing.
Minimal info on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, so I'm looking, apparently nobody knows much of anything other than wrapper binder filler. And a couple of the places had different information for the wrapper binder
really?
filler. So ultimately, I just hope that Ovea Negra knows.
Yeah. There's going to be right. And if it's not, then it's going to start tasting different.
Yeah.
What do you think of it so far?
Not bad. A little, I was hoping for something punchy to wake me
Nah.
up because I got no coffee. I got no tequila. I got work later. This is like, hoping for a shot. But, I'd call it maybe just a hair over medium.
Yeah.
6 out of 10.
I'd call it a solid medium. Yeah.
it's good.
Like high end of medium.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think just their packaging makes me think everything's going to be strong as fuck.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Yep. Well, that's a lot of people think that Black Label. They're like, oh, everything from Black Label strong. No, they have a couple chilled out, calm cigars, nothing exciting on them.
Yeah, this has got a really good taste to it. Like the retrohale on it doesn't burn or anything like that. It's got it lends a nice flavor to it when you do it.
Ryan just said it well. He says nice mix of sweet and spice. Like it pulls together nicely. I mean, it burns perfect. It's
Yeah.
a fairly large cigar, but it's at the high end of what I like to smoke. I mean, 54. That's about. I don't like it much bigger
It's
than that.
not terrible. It's not like the size isn't terrible. It's not uncomfortable. I'm with you on the higher end of the range. With that being said, too, I'm speaking a little bit more in the beginning of the show. So like I looked down a minute ago before we started talking about it, and you see I'm catching up now. But I'd kicked ash and I had a flat burn, so I wasn't getting wrapper. Right, it's like all filler at that point is burning. The wrapper isn't burning evenly with it. So as I'm catching up, actually, I'd say I'm about an inch or so into this. I think definitely a little bit more happening. We'll see as I get to pay attention to it a little bit more during the show, hopefully.
Yeah,
I've been chugging on mine.
What's that?
I said I've been chugging on mine.
Looking around like, whose is bigger? It was actually whose is smaller.
Right. And it's me.
Fun fact: if you stand the cigar on its foot, it actually is taller than Corey. Thanks, Seneca.
You say that about a lot of them. You stand it on its head too. It doesn't have to be on the foot.
Yeah, put it just the tip. Oh no, when you get down to around the band on this, it does kind of pop. Like it gets some strength from being towards the end, and it's a really cool transition from the second to final third.
Speaking of transitions,
Yeah, the way
transition into another cleanup.
transition into son of a bitch, not again.
I like being wireless without the headphones, but there's still a little something to be said about missing the direct monitor because we
Right.
don't get it on the PA the way that we used to. Like he still has it.
Yeah,
But as he's talking about his thoughts on the cigar, he starts talking lower and lower, just getting closer into the microphone. He's like, I'm going to radio voice this. And then meanwhile, over here, we're like losing you. It's like he's
Oh
driving
yeah,
through a
yeah, yeah,
tunnel.
yeah, yeah.
Like fucking,
I think it's fine.
I think he said
It's
it.
cool,
Do you, bro?
dude. The shot looks great. I love the fact that the microphones aren't cluttering the arms for the microphones aren't cluttering the shots anymore. I can move it down a little bit. And you guys don't look like I'm filming you through a fucking fisheye lens.
Right. Yeah, that was a little obnoxious there for a bit.
where like the old shots where you were sitting around the card table, how it sat.
It was very much overhead.
Yeah, it was a super overhead shot. And
like
I mean, it wasn't bad for what it was.
It was like a third-person video game if the characters were facing you instead of back to
right,
you.
right. But now we've got you guys aren't wearing headphones. We've got little boom mics now on the arms, sitting on the tabletop.
He's all smiley. He's like,
oh yeah, dude, I
mic.
geek out over this shit.
I was worried a little bit about the heights, but the heights ended up being
It
good.
works out,
Yeah.
especially at this table.
I'm gonna just say it right now. Here's where the problem comes in: is when somebody just knocks them over, because it will happen.
It
Are they? What's the base made out of? Are they substantial? Or are they heavy?
They are, but not for the weight of the pod mic. I wouldn't say. You know what I mean? Like when you look at how far extended we are out, they're pretty close to the end of their limit. I try to keep them in and help with the center of gravity, but it's still somebody's going to go talk with their hands and the mics are just going to go.
Well, that's why mine's still on a boom, because I'm back here like a fucking octopus.
Yeah, yours is like one of them speed bags. Just comes right back to you.
Shannon said, hopefully people on the podcast are entertained by all this talk about the visuals.
I mean, you're still here, you know?
Well, she's talking about like when it goes to Spotify, like, yeah,
it'd be all right.
Yeah.
Oh,
here's the thing.
Damn it! Why is she thinking about that? That's like super smart shit.
Yeah, that's spot on. She
What you're doing is you're
thank you, Shannon.
You're creating somebody giving you double numbers because those audio listeners now got to go. Man, I got to watch the video.
Yeah, see, that's there we go.
What you're doing. It's marketing.
You really think somebody would subject themselves to this twice? Two times.
Seneca listens to it again on his way home, I heard. Just shaking his head.
I didn't think so.
He's like our Silent Bob.
What's up, Keith Kilburn? How you doing, buddy?
Just holding up cue cards and shit.
Cool cards.
Huh? The hell was that?
Cool cards.
A fucking sombrero starting to dig its way into your brain.
Oh man, if I had like La Cucaracha on a button,
make it so, man. Make
or
it
the
happen.
like what. I don't know the name of the song, the one that goes doodle-doodle-doodle-doodle-doodle-doodle-doodle.
Thanks for getting that stuck in my head.
Is that Scales?
I don't know, but I don't know who it is.
Anytime a Jeep rolls up, I'm like,
Is it
it
Scales?
one of them?
No, that's not him.
They that is. Uh-oh.
Yeah. So what else is
Any
going on?
long drive, he has it on when he says she telling on him.
She's like, oh yeah, he's all about it.
He's like, I'll teach you to come home late.
Yeah, but he only watches the one where he was on there.
Yeah, just over and over again.
Just on repeat.
Well, I put him in a shot, so.
Keith said it's called Mexican Hat Dance.
Mexican Hat Dance. Thank you, Keith Kilburn.
Nailed it.
So I wanted to tell you guys a story about what happened last night. So I had a
We're going to have to put extra parental controls on this episode, huh?
No, I think we're good.
Right.
So a real good friend of mine come over to the house last night during my daughter's birthday party because he brought his daughters over, and they're the same age as Emma. So I had told him before, I'm like, hey, man, come over. I'll give you, he come here and bought a couple cigars off Sam, and he's like, I like cigars, but I'm really not, super into them and shit. I was like, come on over, man. When you come over, we'll have a couple cigars. We'll have a few
like
beers.
The other side of the table.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So we smoked, the first cigar we smoked probably 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock in the evening. The first cigar we smoked the Flying Pig.
Okay.
So you
gave one to him too?
Yeah, I gave one to him.
Uh-oh, you ain't gonna make it now.
It was a beautiful cigar, man. It was so good. And they were tiny. They're like this big.
They are.
And they were a great smoke to just sit out on the porch. We talked. It lasted for like 40 minutes, right? So later on in the evening, he's like, "Hey, I'd like another one." So, and I'm not thinking about it, right? So we had only had not enough beer to be sick. I only drank 3 beers the entire night, and we're talking from like 5 o'clock to 10:45 when everything wrapped up.
But the question is, did you smoke another pig?
No,
Because he was like, "Can I have another one?" And you're like,
yeah, dude. So I was like, I've got plenty of shit in the humidor. I'll grab one of the ones that I bought Friday night. So I pulled out 2 of the Roma Crafts, right?
Okay.
And I had the
Neanderthal.
I don't remember what I had the Cro-Magnon, and I gave him the Neanderthal, and he was like, "Oh, this is so good." I was like, "Man, wait till you get about halfway down that thing." I said, "That's when it's really gonna start."
When the gag reflex comes out. And it's
Dude, it made him barf.
Yeah.
It made him barf.
Nice.
He was like, "I don't know what's good." He was like, "I got a good buzz going on." What the fuck? He's like, "Maybe I gotta go throw up," and I'm like, "Throw up?" Oh yeah, he puked in my yard, man.
All right, so that's one of them things. When you're bringing somebody in, you gotta keep that in mind, especially with the old Roma Crafts. Can't have all your friends puking.
The Neanderthal made my buddy puke.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
After smoking one of the flying pigs.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yep.
Yeah, Neanderthal is going to be the echelon for that.
I have to get another one today because when I pulled it out of the package for him and I smelled it first, I was like, I have.
Sorry. Now it's your turn. You're fucking doing the entendres.
Oh.
So when I pulled it out of the package for him and I smelled it first, I got in there. I was like, I better go clean up.
So I pulled it out of the cellophane and I smelled it and I was like, I fucked up.
Yeah, you gave him the wrong one.
Gave you the wrong fucking one.
Always know what smoke it before you hand it out.
Well, it was one of the ones. Yeah,
you're trying to.
Everything in my humidor is.
You have nothing but good stuff right now.
Yeah, everything in my humidor is. Oh man, I haven't smoked this yet. I haven't smoked that yet. So I had to decide. I'm like, well, what am I going to give him? And I had a couple of what I should have done was. I don't remember the name of the company that has the skull is their logo, but the skull kind of looks like a heart.
Asylum.
Asylum. Yeah, I have a couple Asylums in there that I've smoked before, but I like those. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just give him something I haven't smoked. Man, did I make the wrong decision?
Mistakes were made. No, dude. I wish.
Oh, look, there's my wife. She goes, my poor yard.
I feel like people don't realize like how awesome Roma Craft is. Like their cigars are always just
a lot of people
spot
do,
on.
but you don't want too many people more because they're not going to make any more than they do.
Nope.
So that's one of them ones you got to be careful because you start getting too many people on them. There's not enough left for you. You know what I mean?
Mm.
That's the issue. I've been there. Like, do I share this or keep it to myself?
Yeah. Like, I don't want the word getting out on this one. That's what happened with Eagle Rare. Like
Go ahead.
No, I used to drink Eagle Rare by the case. It was always readily available. I told everybody I knew, I'm like, you got to try this. And then one day it was like, oh, you don't have it in stock. Okay, I'll come back. And I haven't seen it since. It's been like 7 years.
There's a lot of us that feel that way about Cheho.
Yeah.
Which, R.I.P. It's funny though. So we all have like our live monitors. For some reason, Sam's got 2 of them. I don't know why, but hey, cool, good on you. But I'll catch a transition. We'll catch a corner of my eye. I'll look down, and it's the camera going back and forth from us to you, and it's like because of the lighting, it looks like a different room.
Yeah,
you look like you're in a different location than us. Which is kind of interesting.
Sure.
It might add something to it. He is like right across the table.
Yeah.
For anybody that's wondering.
Yeah.
But I've thought about that recently because I was telling the wife, I was like, man, it's fun to do the show there, but it really sucks schlepping this shit back and forth.
Yeah.
I'm like, we get to a certain point, you start to let go. I'm like, maybe a studio upstairs is the way to go. But we'll, that's just all questions that get answered in the future. But in my mind, I'm thinking like, we could put Jason at like the kids' table. Like he could have a separate little section with all the stuff built in, and then we could have like a straight door. I'm already thinking like your dad will build us a fucking counter that we sit behind.
Oh yeah.
So you have a bunch of these stands set up. You could do it like I'm thinking like a sports center style thing where you can have people kind of sitting next to each other but still be able to look at each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what's happening.
Oh, dude, like in my head, I want to be sitting over there.
Yeah. See, that's what I thought about too. Like initially, before there was drywall, when it was just framing, I was like that corner.
Mhm.
But this is where it is right now.
While that over there is a decent location, and I like the little night in the background, I think that would be cool. I enjoy the shot here because it's got the humidor in the back for you guys, and just the table's higher because we in those chairs we'd be like we'd be sitting down like with our knees up on our chests.
Well, in my head, this table was going over there.
Yeah, it was originally.
Ask him, like, I was like, this table needs to go over there. That's going to be the one.
Yeah.
And we'll put it in that corner, and we'll have our backs to that wall, and blah, 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 blah. But, I mean, things just don't always.
Yeah, I mean, this table was bought to go in that corner. That's why I bought it for over there. I bought that table to go over here under this window because it was going to stay low and all that stuff. And yeah, it just didn't work out that way.
The way it's set up, dude, the way it's set up now is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. I want to get one more barrel table of some sort and put it over here because I do still want another table and chairs over here, make it more useful space. Because I'll move that down a little bit, give you the space for something like that over here.
I think a bar height, like a little bar height over behind the other couch over there where your Subway trash can holder is.
We're building 2 countertops to go behind each of the couches, and then we'll put 3 bar stools at each one of those countertops.
Oh, there you go. There you
which
go.
Would, allow people to look in.
Well, maybe a higher table for over here, and just put that guy over in the corner. You know what I mean? And then we could play with the idea. There's options.
Well, we're thinking about taking and making bases for the
shit. It says
for those chairs.
R.I.P. Don Cheadle. Yeah. God damn, I miss that shit.
Yeah, that stuff was yummy. Oh, hey, Troy Harper.
There he is.
He said he's finally here.
Yeah.
After much yes. Sorry. After much complaining from Corey that you were not here. Thank you for showing
That's accurate. Hey, man. Is what it is. Why don't we talk about the news? We are. It's interesting because it's simultaneously light and heavy. Not a lot of new cigars out, but still some big stuff to talk about.
Yeah, it's time for the cigar news, brought to you by Tom's Penworks. As a cigar smoker, you appreciate luxury. And as a premium cigar smoker, you appreciate handmade craftsmanship. And as a customer of Tom's Penworks, you'll appreciate the selection of custom-made, limited production items that you can show off to your friends. From handmade pens, pencils, bottle openers, cigar cases, and now custom rings, Tom will create something special for you or your loved one. Find him on the web at etsy.com/shop/Tom's Penworks. And as always, you can find the link in the description for this episode.
I get to watch it all over again in the monitor. You look like a Herbal Essences commercial from the fucking 90s. Yes, yes. Fucking jam into the fucking Tom's Penworks theme.
Oh, I get down
we
on
are
it.
missing the silly sausage a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe put a nice little mount for him over here. We could work something out.
We'll find him a home.
All right, so let's just dive right into it. The first 2 bullet points going to be the big talk this week. The cigar industry has perhaps gotten its biggest win to date in the battle against the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Today, Judge Amit P. Mehta of the U.S. District Court of the District of Columbia has ordered the deeming rule for premium cigars to be vacated. The deeming rule subjected premium cigars to regulation by the FDA, and with this ruling, the regulations the premium cigar industry was subject to have been thrown out. While this is a monumental win for the cigar industry, it is very possible this ruling could be appealed by the FDA. That's important to remember. It's good to be excited, but just don't get too excited. We can't let the guard down. You know what I mean? Yeah. In addition, the FDA still has the authority to regulate cigars, but they would need to start the rulemaking process back to square one. So on the same topic, while the premium cigar industry is celebrating a victory with the courts ordering the deeming rule for premium cigars to be vacated, there are still strong indications the U.S. Food and Drug Administration is continuing to invest in research to shape future regulation for the industry. Last month, a supplemental issue of the Journal of Nicotine and Tobacco Research was published and includes an editorial overview, Regulatory Research Advances on Premium Cigars. 14 studies divided across 3 areas. The journal is sponsored by the Society for Research on Nicotine and Tobacco. The recent court decision only nullified the deeming rules put forth by the FDA. They still have the authority to regulate premium cigars again, and the results of this study could be an indication on how the FDA will move forward with future regulation. So before we move on to the little bit of other news, do we have anything to discuss on that? In my opinion, it's just all the more reason, guys, keep supporting the CRA, the PCA, the TRA, like all of those different associations out there are fighting. The more numbers they have, the better, the more money. But it's like the reason the NRA is so successful is not because of how much money they have. It's because of how many members they have. Because when they go into a government office and say, this is how many voters we have with us, that's the power that they have. So
yeah, definitely show your support on it. I mean, overall, it's exciting stuff that it's being looked at and that it's being, something's being done with it. But like it says here, it doesn't change anything yet. So let be patient, be excited, but be patient.
It does. I want to clarify. It does change something now in an important way, because it really gives some breathing room, and maybe some time for some companies to look at, hey, this is still a good window to get in, but vigilance is the key, right? You got to keep your foot on the gas pedal.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the focal points were on flavored tobaccos and stuff like that, and most of that's still going to fall within.
Yep.
So, it has to be a handmade product using little to no tools. So you're allowed to use a chivetta, a board, a cutter, but you're not allowed to use any automated equipment for it. No machine rolling whatsoever. So that, like, they did break those categories up. The tobacco, there's debate on whether or not the tobacco is considered flavored if it's cured with something, if it's not, or if it's flavored before it's rolled, or if it's flavored out. So they're still hashing out that stuff for the FDA. They did make a lot of headway in clarifying it, but they didn't get all of that settled. And that's one of the biggest blows that, like, you got to watch out for, because if the flavored market goes away, that's going to hurt a lot of shops.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
That's going to, like, the flavored market is, it might just be a small standalone here, but I sell as much out of there as I do out of the big one.
Well, and that's an important thing too, right? Is the verbiage and nomenclature has changed a lot from manufacturers. You don't hear them say flavored anymore.
Right.
You don't even hear infused a lot anymore, because they're trying to avoid that target on their back and give the FDA something to go after. So there's.
So how are they distinguishing it now?
What do you mean?
Well, he says they're not saying flavored or infused or anything like that anymore. So how are they distinguishing?
I mean, they really just say premium and kind of don't say it.
Oh, like, so when you pick up the cigar and you taste and you're like, why is this cherry? It's fucking surprise.
No, I mean, you still, I think, know. He'll grab you some sort of example here. But the thing is, too, like, you even notice it, like their ignorance, they come after you for the tasting notes. Yeah. It's like, oh, well, Cigar Advisor, Cigar Journal, or whatever says it tastes like it's got coffee notes, and it's like, no, there's no coffee in there. They're just saying that's a similarity. You know what I mean? It's just something they do for fun.
Yeah. So I handed Jason a acid box, and on it, I mean, nowhere does it say infusion anymore. Nowhere does it say anything. Some of them say botanicals on them, and that's all they say is botanicals.
Mm-hmm.
But really, they don't say anything anymore.
It's the importance of going to a good tobacconist, honestly, because essentially what they're doing is they're counting on customer recognition and the retailer to put their customer on the right product.
Right.
And that's the difference between walking into Just the Tip, where somebody's attentive to you and immediately greets you and asks if you need assistance, makes recommendations, and a passive sales environment where you just go in, come up, bring your stuff to the counter, and that's the whole interaction.
Yeah.
Right. Go to someone that's knowledgeable, that's informed, that will steer you in the right direction.
Yeah, and then that was part of the motivating factor of putting the separate humidors. In a humidor the size of the one behind us, you're not going to have any bleed over of flavors. It's not going to.
You could play a baseball game in there.
Yeah, Yeah, like the acids aren't gonna ruin another cigar next to them. But the main thing for having it out here
Your
is
acid smoker be like, my acid tastes like tobacco.
right. But my ass tastes like tobacco.
Yes, it
That
does.
too.
But no, it helps because just like the Lancero cabinet, like there's a group of people that like Lanceros. There's a group of people that like flavored cigars.
Yeah.
So let's make it so that when you come in the door, if you want a flavored cigar, you know where to go. Let's make it easy and stuff like that. So displaying it all together, but then it's difficult too because like Kentucky Fire Cured, where do those go?
Yeah.
And then I want to put the Kentucky Fire Cured sweets next to the regular. So where do those go?
Right.
Baccarats, even Tatiscans. I mean, like,
Sure.
where's the line? Like, I keep Baccarats and Tatiscans in there, Kentucky Fire Cured in there, but
And you made actually a point that I hadn't really considered before. Is I see the regulations coming down on the flavored stuff, and I'm like, no skin off my back. But it is if it hurts the retail shops that
Exactly.
make the hobby interesting to me, right? Like without that income, without that revenue from those, you might see places go away or severely diminished because we are the minority, the people that don't smoke that stuff.
right.
There are way more people that are going to come in here and grab an acid than are going to come in and grab an Aladino or Padron
Right.
or whatever. So, I mean, it is something to keep in mind. And honestly, you kind of made me think about that for a second. So don't do that anymore.
It's got all serious and whatnot.
All right, last on the list, La Polina chairman Bill Paley turned 75 years young this year. And at the 23 PCA trade show, La Polina Cigars introduced a cigar to mark the occasion. The cigar is called the La Polina 1948, and it pays homage to the year Paley was born. The La Polina 1948 is produced at Oliva Cigars Tabelisa factory, and is the second cigar to come out of that factory following the La Polina 125th Anos. Man, there's some abundant
Años.
yeah.
Años.
It could have been
Años.
worse. I'm looking at it thinking, I know this isn't right, but man, there could be way worse mispronunciations. You know what I'm saying?
Anus.
Yeah. I'm, got a little bit of a. The blend for the La Polina 1948 features an Ecuadorian Sumatra wrapper over Nicaraguan binder and filler. The cigar comes in 4 box press sizes, each presented in 10-count boxes.
Ooh la la.
That is not a good company name for somebody that has to read into a microphone and try to be aware of how many p's and t's
La
and k's.
Polina.
Yeah, there's a lot happening there. I keep like having to try to turn my head out of the mic. It ain't working.
No, not so easy.
Apparently, the notes want you to pay attention to them.
They're all about me.
So, yeah.
Let's see. We
Who
got
you gonna
a
call?
couple comments. Dougie Dog, what's up, buddy? And Ryan Seneca said time to leave. I'm guessing somebody showed up.
It's after 10, buddy. Where you at?
Troy Harper said he's really into the Tayback and the Kentucky Fire Cured cigars by Drew Estate. Asked not so much. Yeah, no, that seems to be. There's like 2 schools of flavored smokers, and you got the ones that want the coffee, cream, that kind of stuff, and then you got the acid and that kind of stuff. Actually 3, because you got the Tatiana fan group, which is just like, give me my candy. Like they want it all right up front, just right on the nose.
How far away are Nebraska and South Dakota from each other?
Pretty far.
Yeah,
Because I think Keith Kilburn and Troy Harper would be like good buddies.
yeah, they could get
'Cause,
along.
Like Troy just crossed over. He was messaging me the other day. I listened to number 8. I was like, number 8. I looked, glitch in the matrix. I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
he just passed through the matrix. That is like a definitive point in our trajectory to where we are now. But it was a long time ago. it
Yeah,
seems
that's
like.
yeah, that was definitely a glitch in the matrix. That one, I don't miss that one at all.
That one. Is that what? Okay, we're working out. Is that the? We just need the. You know what I'd like to see? A pile of Wile E. Coyote style signs that he could just hold up.
Dude, I have it. It's on my phone, and I was gonna hold it up on my phone.
I would.
Man.
I think it would be better with like the big sign that you could hold up over.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
just flip it over
For sure.
Yeah.
If I could make up some signs like "fucking bump the podcast," go.
So what Jason is alluding to,
He's not alluding. He said it.
well, he was alluding, and then we made him said it because we didn't
We made him said
understand it.
You English goodly.
That's right. Way more gooder than you.
Way more gooder.
So the important thing is, kids, you guys are a part of the Cigar Junkies family. We say it right in the intro of the show. It is the show for the community, by the community. So your participation is ever important to us. Please continue to reach out, give us your feedback. If you are a relatively new listener and you've just started somewhere this year or the last couple weeks, go check out some of the old stuff. Like all of those listens help us.
Yeah.
Make sure that you're commenting, subscribing. Even if you're only going to listen on one platform, there's nothing that says you can't just like create an Apple account and subscribe to that one too. You don't want to watch us? Cool. Subscribe to YouTube anyway. You know what I mean? You got a grandma, subscribe her. If you're the one setting up our internet connection, like help us out. Jason will be happy. You know,
don't do any of what he just said. We want real numbers. We want real numbers. We want to know where we actually stand. I don't want the fake numbers, man.
No, Jason's calling you out. He says create as many accounts as you can. It's called we're gonna call it Guerrilla Podcast Support.
Yeah, I've got a couple Russian guys that are setting up some bot farms for us, and they're just going to go nuts and subscribe to the Cigar Junkies everywhere.
Oh, subscribing bots. I was wondering what kind of bots we were talking about because there were a lot of interesting.
No, not the comrade bots. Welcome to Russia.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking that. I was thinking more of the Japanese market.
Oh, that one.
I like how he gets it and then he gets it.
Yeah. He's like, ha.
The hamster sometimes it doesn't catch up. It's running and it's like, oh, tentacle porn. Wait, tentacle porn.
He's turning the wheel the wrong way. Fucking he's got to switch directions there. But we do like it means the world to us whenever we hear from you guys. Whenever you bring us a Dr. Pecker with a rubber ducky on it, because especially that was like particularly cool because it's like in the neighborhood.
Yeah,
someone rolls in and it's like I've not really talked to this person before, and he just comes up and hands you a Dr. Pepper with a rubber duck cap on it.
Yeah, because you were even like, you're like, who the fuck is this guy? I don't know this one.
Oh, you didn't have to say that. Like you're out there for him. Like I don't want him to feel bad.
Well, you never met him. That's all.
You see the names. You know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
And you don't always look at the profile pictures, and so it's like Seth Jones. Like I thought he was a Jeep. I thought he was a Decepticon.
Yeah,
you know,
he comes walking up your driveway, and you're like, oh,
right.
What's even Seneca? The first night we met him, I had no idea who he was.
You know who I just realized Seth Jones looks like? You remember the early seasons of The Simpsons where Homer goes to jail and meets a guy that tells him he's Michael Jackson?
Yes. The guy who thinks he's Michael Jackson.
Yes. It's not jail, I'm sorry. It's the mental institution. And he sounds like Michael Jackson, but he does not look like Michael. He does not look like Flo. You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Actually kind of look a little like that guy too. But Seth Jones is Michael Jackson. Right?
Actually, Seth Jones is if Steve Saka and Mickey Pegg had a baby. Well played.
I hope that was a C-section.
That's a big in there.
Whew. That's a big pumpkin to be growing the old school way.
My phone. So Google does what it's AI does everything now, right?
That's right.
So the other day, somebody hadn't seen my dad in a while, like years. Said, "Hey, you got a picture of your dad?" And I was like, "Yeah, let me scroll through and pick it up, right?" So, you can go on there and you got the faces. So you click on the face and it pulls up all the pictures you have of that person. I'm scrolling through and that comes up as my dad, Steve Saka. So apparently they have enough similarities that Steve Saka looks like my dad, and I didn't even know it.
The internet thinks your
dad looks like if the Miracle on 34th Street or whatever it is, Santa Claus was just on fucking steroids and looked like a fucking monster that was like, I will bring you a handmade wooden toy or I will rip your spine out of your fucking throat. Do not get on my naughty list.
The miracle on 34th Street is we're doing curls for
He is
Jesus.
Just the sweetest looking, terrifying man I've ever seen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's a big teddy
just
bear.
he looks like it, but you were like, do not want to get on this teddy bear's wrong
Yeah.
side. And is, you know, just the shadow.
Dude, I loved it growing up because, you know, my sister would have boys that would want to date her and they would meet my dad and they would dump her. Like,
Your
this
poor
happened
sister.
regularly.
It's explaining some things.
Yeah. No, the coolest part about my dad is the fact that I am 37 years old and still when I
In a
go to give
row.
him a hug, I go like this. I'm just like, this is awesome. I feel like a little kid every time.
Fucking Papa Hoffman comes in. Sam's like, uppies.
I'm doing that next time.
Daddy.
Well, he's freaking
Dude,
big enough still.
One of these days, so like there's podcasts that I listen to that have a big enough following where they'll say something that amuses themselves and they'll just be like, hey, make this. Because they'll have people out there that are like good with Photoshop or good with video editing.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I just want somebody to make a GIF of like a little itty bitty Sam going like this.
Uppies.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
That would I'd feel complete. Like
I think
we did something.
I think it would be way easier than we think it is because I'm pretty sure I have a picture of my son going like this already.
Ooh.
So basically, just put a cowboy hat on, like digitally put a cowboy hat on the back of his head, and you're done.
I want your face, but there's only
you
two
do.
animations you need: one with your mouth open, one with it shut, and one with his hands open and one with them shut. So just go. I mean,
Something wrong with you.
more than one thing, honestly.
That's true.
Yeah, there's a list.
So I had a crew in here on Thursday night, I think it was, and the subject of Letterkenny came up, and then the show Shoresy goes on the TV, and we may or may not have watched the entire season of Shoresy on Thursday night together,
Wow.
just like hanging out, bullshit, and just laughing.
But are you still master of your domain? Put Seinfeld on once in a while. That's what I was getting at. That's what I was testing you.
So, funny enough, there's a couple guys that every time they
Like
come
my
in,
wife's, my daughter's rabbit over there. Whatever's going on your face, I don't know if you have an itch in your mouth or something, but your like whole face is going back and forth. So I'm sorry, Sam.
I forgot what I was saying. Seth Jones sent me a picture.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, between him and Seneca, there's a lot happening right now.
Well, and then Keith and Troy are having their own conversation.
Too.
I'm digging it.
What's your favorite non-pornographic magazine to masturbate to? Good Housekeeping.
Good housekeeping.
Did we just become best friends?
Yep. Did you put your balls on my drum set?
You can take away my buttons, but you can't take away my quotes.
Hey, that's okay.
Yeah. I'm fine with it.
I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, one of these days I'm just going to roll in and not tell you, and there's just going to be a second stream deck under the desk over here. And I'll just be able to hit him whenever I want to again.
Yeah, but I have the computer, so I could just be like,
All you need is the camera controls. You know what I mean?
Don't give him his buttons back. Please don't give him his buttons back.
I have
put a
the
lot of
computer
work into
here.
buttons.
I know.
I
and
can-
then you
I can
abused
unplug
the
it at
shit
any
out of it,
time.
and you lost the privilege.
Hey, it's how we got here. You know what I mean? You gotta
He didn't lose the
respect your
privilege.
roots. You know, you can't pretend that the Holocaust didn't happen. Man, it's one of those like 3 words I'd hope I'd never say on this show. and I
Yeah, you
did it.
just dropped that one. Just like, wow, you compared it to that, huh?
Yeah, you know, it's okay because I was talking about myself. I think. Whiplash? What's going on in here?
It took me a second to realize what he was talking about.
Cosmo.
Yeah,
It's all right. We're not big enough to get canceled.
this is true.
I remember being a teenager. I'm like, just going up and buying a pile of Slim Jims and stuff, and like just putting a Cosmo at the bottom, and then coming out and opening it and be like, "This is what girls smell like."
The perfume ads. You're like rubbing them on your face. You're like, would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. I'd fuck me hard.
I'd fuck me.
Good times.
I'm glad I didn't have the camera on myself
So we've
for
got
that.
we've got community magazines because it has a girl next door vibe to them.
We're learning
We've
about
got
people.
Cosmo, and we've got
National Geographic.
which I feel like at some point every little boy
Gotta have those saggy Ugandan titties to look
with a
at.
slinky neck and good to go.
Right,
The combination was just.
I think
spot
he's
on.
saying you need to get in that tanning booth, Lindsay. She ate her lips.
Thank you. Yeah. There's no comment on that one.
That's right. I had a lighter around here somewhere.
Hey, we don't kink shame here on the Cigar Junkies podcast.
You can use this one. You're allowed.
I just don't want a Jason.
We're not even going into the kink shaming thing again. Not with those two present.
They have no shame.
And all the kinks.
That's right. Kinks, yes. Shame, no.
I was talking about you two.
Oh.
I guess it's true for y'all too. Never mind. Oh, shit.
So what are your thoughts moving on along through this here cigar?
The Cigar.
We are still the Cigar Junkies for now.
Is we? Huh. No, I like it. This second, third, like towards the middle of it, I do get kind of bored here on it, which is the same as the last one of these I had. I feel like it gets a little monotonous. But then, like I said, once it gets down a little bit further, I got something to look forward to, so I don't mind it.
This is the cigar you should have gave your buddy instead of the Roma Craft.
Yeah.
Because it is medium, just enough to be interesting to a newer person.
Mhm.
Like if you're a mild guy, this is a step up for you. And it's something to kind of move forward with. And to not make you barf all over the place is an important feature of this cigar.
Yeah.
Will not make you barf. Endorsed by Jason Smith.
What you remember when you and I did that first one? What was the name of the cigar we smoked?
So that is the guy that just retired from the Cigar Authority, Barry Stein, had gone up to New Hampshire, and Dave Garofalo helped him live his dream of essentially just blending the strongest possible cigar that he could with the resources he had. And because he was obsessed with the whole Cuban Miami fucking gangster thing, combined it all together. So
Oh,
he
like
called
pink shirts and big chains.
No, I was thinking more Scarface kind of, but not for the style.
I was thinking
but for like
rollerblades
the
and short
lifestyle.
shorts.
I was thinking 80s, man. Neon lights, fucking sunglasses.
Yeah, fucking Vice City.
Yeah, Vice City style, like pink shirt, fucking
Yeah.
big goddamn chain.
That would be
chest
a
hair
fun.
hanging
That would
out
be
of
a
it.
fun episode to do, like for us to just dress that way and call it Cigar Junkies Vice City.
Yes,
That could be a fun.
Yes.
That could be a.
That
could,
absolutely needs to happen.
Yeah, that would be like.
I 100%.
That'd be an evening show where like the junkies come out to the shop and we just have Vice City night. You put up palm trees and stuff. Yeah, it'd be a good time. But just blow
for
everywhere.
sure.
So it was called the Kilo.
The Kilo. Okay.
And that was the first cigar that I weaseled out of somebody for free under the guise of like a cigar media type of thing.
Before your first episode ever happened.
But it came from a guy that spent like his whole adult life doing that, so I felt more gooder about it, you know?
Right on.
But that strong was fucking... And dude...
It was a lot, huh?
It was stout, man.
I got
Fucking
like
stout.
3 puffs into it and I started turning green, dude.
Oh, wow.
Like that was one of the longest smoking Toros I ever had in my life because every puff was a roll of the dice. You know what I mean?
It was fucking strong.
All right, well,
It felt like I had Seth Jones sitting on my chest.
I don't know what we're going to smoke next week from Leanin' House, but the week after, we're going to do the Diablo from Punch.
Ooh.
That's just strong to be strong.
Yeah,
it's obnoxious.
Just rude to be rude.
Yeah, that's all this was.
Yeah.
This was
I dig it.
Chichingo taking the Punisher and turning it into the anal leaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do that, and then I think we got one more show. No, that'll be the last show for August. I want to do August Cigar Mystery on here because a lot of people I didn't think were going to like that cigar liked it. A lot of people that I thought were going to like it hated it. So it was a very surprising
experience.
Yeah, but it is an odd cigar. Like the way that it hits the palate is very weird, which is why I chose it to begin with. But we'll have to do that one too.
What's up, Mike Marcello?
What's
Jumping
up, buddy?
in. It's a little positive. I don't know if I want to read a comment that.
No, go ahead.
positive.
Get it. Get after it. Get after it.
Read that whole
Blovi,
comment because
You're like you didn't read it.
I
You
was-
just
you
read
did
the
not
first
read the
part
whole
and,
comment.
Let's get into it then, shall we? I don't shy away from a challenge. Mike Marcello says, "I love your podcast. It's the best. I always listen while I wear my Princess Leia wig, Crocs, Hello Kitty thong, as I stare at a clogged toilet swirling my chest hairs." So just pretty much a typical listener, I would say.
I mean, I feel like,
A fun note, I do have a picture of me in my phone wearing a Princess Leia wig that is meant for a toddler. So, like, the earbuds are up here, and I look like some horrible amalgamation of, like, Winnie the Pooh and Mickey Mouse or something, you know?
I did something very similar. My son went he was little, so he couldn't wear like the face makeup and shit like that. He wanted to be Frankenstein. So we bought it. It looked like this,
I wipe my own ass.
this little old school football helmet,
Yeah.
but it was a Frankenstein head.
Okay.
And it fit my then probably 6-year-old son. So I was walking around this stinking, because he got tired of it. And he was like, I don't want this fucking thing on my head anymore. So I walked around with it on my head for the rest of the party, and I took a picture of myself with it, and I look absolutely ridiculous.
no, I'm good.
Oh, you're okay.
No, I get it now.
Holy Jamaica.
Yeah.
That boo just pulled up right. Oh, now this guy's going to do it. So the windshield was perfectly reflecting the sunlight through that window on the mic.
I know I had the camera the other way.
I was afraid of the amplification of it going off your head and going back to the car.
So when do this, because there's way more of them. When do the people in the little Subaru station wagons overthrow the Jeepers and they start the boo crew?
Never,
That's what
because
I
the
wanna
people in the Subaru station
have no
wagons, they
personality.
drive those Subaru station wagons because they're like, it's like anti-culture, and they're like,
Is that why?
Because
we
they're
do it?
We don't
defeated.
want-
He's
why
got
we
one,
do
you
it.
know?
yeah, it's anti-culture, man.
No, it's the cheapest fucking all-wheel drive vehicle you can buy. Period. That's the only reason.
Sam looks so hurt by that. He's like, fuck you, man.
No, I'm
it's-
all about the scissors comments, but that was a bit much.
It's the only off-road vehicle that you can comfortably wear high heels in is why Sam bought it.
I mean, two things can be true.
That's right.
Have you ever, dude, I've seen Sam's calves
My calves.
in a fucking set of high heels. Brother. Holy
You
cow.
cut yourself on them. That's all I'm saying.
Do we know Mike Marcello?
No.
I feel like Patty has a brother we didn't know about.
Yeah.
That's the only explanation.
Is he talking about me there?
Oh yes, yes he is. That comment. Actually, you go ahead and read that comment.
Or we
it
can
says-
force people to join live and just see the comments.
It says,
themselves.
I want to dip the guy with the majestic beard's fingers into a jar of pickle juice and then suck on them. Here they are, buddy. Here they fucking are.
And just like that, the Cigar Junkies community creating new kinks.
Yeah.
I'm
Ones that
actually
you
going
did
to
not
shame
know
that
were-
one, though. I'm going to have to break the rule. Let's not do that one. We need the shame button. Shame.
Shame. That's the profile picture that goes along with him. So.
I think that's Lindsay.
Let me see it.
Photoshopped with Danny DeVito's head on it.
Dude, it might be my favorite profile picture I've ever seen in my life.
Somebody was talking the other day. You were talking last week about if he challenged me to grow my hair out. That's what you get.
You'd look like a buff version of Danny DeVito.
I'd look like if George Costanza and Danny DeVito did the nasty on the back of the Batman set. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I was just trying to end it with just as much visual as I could.
Yeah, and
there.
you succeeded.
but not
Nailed
the
it.
original Batman. Like the Batman Forever or whatever. One of them Tim Burton ones were with the like cyberpunk bad guys everywhere.
That was Batman Forever. Was
Begin,
it Forever?
For Batman and Robin, Batman Forever. All
I don't remember. Batman and Robin was the one
Schwarzenegger
with Arnold Schwarzenegger
and
where
Jim
he was Mr.
Carrey
Freeze.
and
and-
fucking
yeah.
dude, they went too many directions with that one, bro.
I think that was
over the top
Arnold Schwarzenegger,
over the top villain, and stick with it.
Jim Carrey, and Uma Thurman.
Yeah.
I think Uma Thurman was Poison Ivy in there.
Yep.
But the
Tommy
thing,
Lee Jones.
no, Tommy Lee Jones was the next one.
No,
No, it was the same
he was
one.
in it as Two-Face.
Yeah.
with
Tommy
Jim
Lee Jones,
Carrey.
It was Tommy Lee Jones,
Jesus
They overdid it, bro.
Christ.
Chris O'Donnell, Val Kilmer, Sexy Blonde,
Yeah,
Uma Thurman.
the lady they always pick on and Family Guy.
Yeah, what the fuck is her
for
name?
like actually I think the world did. They were like, oh, she's too chunky to be.
Yeah.
Who's too chunky?
And she
Alicia
was-
Silverstone.
Yeah, and it's like, are you kidding me? Like I grew up going like, thank God they put nipples on those
like-
costumes.
Yeah, she was fantastic.
I can't remember who were.
No, not Meg.
There were three
Not
of them,
Meg.
right? There was Batman, which was Michael Keaton.
Right. You had Batman Returns.
Batman Returns, which was also Michael Keaton,
Right.
but that had the Penguin and Catwoman. Or no.
The
No,
Penguin and Catwoman is the original Batman,
That's
1989 Batman.
No, the original Batman is the Joker.
Okay.
And Batman
Right, Jack
Returns is
Nicholson.
Catwoman.
Okay,
And
all right.
the
Penguin, Danny DeVito.
The Batman Forever is Val Kilmer, Jim Carrey, and Tommy Lee Jones. Batman and Robin is Alicia Silverstone, Chris O'Donnell.
There we go.
Cool. Chris O'Donnell was in both. And then you had, for your bad guys, when you had Uma Thurman and Bane.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So that we were combining those two
There we
terrible
go,
movies
right.
into one terrible movie.
Dude,
But I will say that
terribleness.
But
George
here-
Clooney was in Batman Forever
Uh-oh.
versus Val Kilmer in Batman and Robin. Sorry, Val Kilmer in Batman Forever was way better than Clooney in Batman and Robin.
I usually go this
I
DC.
I
I don't know, I
disagree
figured I just
because-
embraced it today.
because I think
This hair is
while
driving me
the
insane
three
right now.
Batmans
Thank
from
God,
those
I thought
movies,
I missed a spot shaving again.
Michael Keaton did both of them well.
Yes.
Okay, he did Bruce Wayne well, and he did Batman well. Val Kilmer did Batman well, but Bruce Wayne fucking terribly.
The worst.
And
Yeah.
George Clooney did Bruce Wayne well, and Batman fucking terribly.
Now, I will
Christian
defend
Bale.
him on his costume made it impossible to do Batman well.
Who, Clooney's?
Yeah.
Sure, but
I like it.
George Clooney's just not Batman.
No.
Where are we at on Bale?
Christian Bale,
So like
I don't think he was the best. They didn't focus on Bruce Wayne quite detective wise, but I do think they captured
I think Christian Bale's Bruce Wayne was whiny.
whiny.
Yes, I think his Bruce Wayne was whiny, and his Batman was too brooding.
You know what
I
I liked?
liked the darkness of his Batman.
You know, no.
I loved
Here's
it,
the thing that they nailed. The one thing they nailed for sure about Bale's Batman was that Bruce Wayne was the mask and Batman was the real face.
Yeah, they did nail that.
They nailed.
Yes,
They didn't
okay.
get the detective element and some of the other stuff, but they definitely nailed the. No, this is. I'm really Batman. I'm pretending to be Bruce Wayne.
Sure.
Yeah.
For, we're the wives are a little concerned out there about our Danny DeVito fan out there kidnapping us and wearing our faces.
Did you read his comments? Because one of them was directed to you.
Some of them, it's hard to keep up.
So there's a big one about a mannequin party. I'd like you to go ahead and just make sure that you notice it.
I did notice that, and I was going to address it.
Okay.
Unfortunately,
Because he said that you're into it. So
and unfortunately, I work this afternoon, but I think Sam and Jason are both available.
I can't play leapfrog right now. My back
You
hurts.
can meet them up at 3:00 at Just to Tip Cigars,
Just like that, huh?
and you could Google it. It's in South Park. It's the best new shop in the Berg, and I'm sure just looking at this shopping center, there's got to be a mannequin shop here somewhere.
This does look like the shopping center does look like something out of a horror film. Like it looks like it should have been shut down. Like you come in here and that's one of my favorite things is when new people walk in and they just stop. They go like this. They're like, you just can see it on their face. They were not expecting it to be nice in here.
Yeah, like you expect to come in and have a similar like Ryan Seneca's sitting there, but instead of his laptop like fucking watching us, he's writing a book and slowly deciding that he's going to kidnap us.
Yes.
And tape us up in the back room. Yeah.
Well, part of it is you've still got the old Chinese restaurant, the awnings that are out there that just say China or Hong Kong on them, Beijing in Chinese.
I bet Jason could show up to the mannequin party and make this dude blush.
Oh yeah. I read it wrong. But it's still applicable.
Whoever said that?
'Cause
Oh
I
yeah,
read
Ryan.
I read Dude Bush, and I bet you we could make him blush with his Dude Bush.
Yeah. Sorry, you were in the middle of the story, but I couldn't let that one go.
No, it's all right because everybody here knows I'm the scummiest fucking person around.
You sure
You are dirty.
Yeah. Jason, I've got a new business enterprise for you. So there's two really popular trends on social media right now that you could buck against them both at once, okay?
I'm listening.
You've got the Beard Club, and then you've got the fucking shave all the hair off your nuts clubs, right?
I
So
didn't know there
I
were
say
clubs, but
you
okay.
embrace the monthly subscription to enhance your dude bush, and you sell combs and fucking products to just have killer dude bushes. You can do hair extensions. Hair dye kits.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, like
Cornrows.
I could, dude, I could sell like pubic weaves.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And you like use your ball sack as the
You know who
backing
loves
for like a
those is
very
Mike.
just long beard.
Oh
You just really like
yes,
have that. You can get the whole
Oh,
face
Scott,
thing.
just turn around and go home. You don't want any part of this one, pal.
Yeah.
we could do. I could do
Did
like
you see
like
his new studio?
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool.
Dude. Scotty Robinson he built a studio in his house. It looks awesome. Like he just did, and he used a closet. I think he said.
Yeah, I started looking around and I was like, next house. And I was like, but there's a whole extra floor up on just the tip, so you don't want to get me in a competition with him.
Yeah, the biggest problem I have with actually like utilizing that right now is you can't smoke up there right now.
Well,
I'd have to go through a
Open a
lengthy
window.
process of sealing things up
Open a
before we could
window.
smoke directly next to a dance studio.
hold on, the name for up there, just the top. Because it's the top floor. He's like rolling it around like he's like, I don't know if I want to spit it out or not.
No, BGD and all his friends will take that the wrong way.
oh, I got
Worse
you
than
there.
just the tip?
Just the tops and bottoms,
Mhm.
common terminology.
I was thinking of boobs,
Yeah, no.
but then I usually am.
So today we learned that Sam is more hip to the LGBTQ lingo than Corey is.
Yeah, emphasis on the Q. I actually don't even know what the Q's for. What's the Q
It stands for queer.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm familiar with that.
I know there's too many letters in it now for me to keep track of what
Yeah.
they stand for.
It's like, the consonants.
Mm.
Yeah. That'll be like our real Terminator War, the consonants versus the vowels.
Or as Dave Chappelle says, the alphabet people.
Alphabet people.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah.
There's no vowels in there though. You know what I'm saying? We should actually address that.
Well,
because-
if you actually go with like
There's
the
an A, I think.
LGBTQAI plus
Yeah,
now
yeah.
is what.
Oh,
it is.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I said, they
asexual
just keep getting
indigenous
longer.
plus.
Yeah, 'cause
The Canadians are starting to put 2A in front of it, or 2S. I'm sorry, which stands for two spirited.
Okay.
I miss when it was just LGB.
Yeah.
There was no T even
Yeah.
on it. Like, yeah, I don't care what you are, whatever. But it's too many letters. Like, guys, it's not an acronym anymore. Like at this point,
Two
you could say the
spirits?
names faster.
Two spirited.
They
Yeah,
used to put people like that in a
I'll dig
rubber
it.
room.
I'll dig it when they start putting the F in there.
Rubber room. If you have more than one spirit like in you, the power of Christ compels you and shit,
That's the peace pipe.
Well, I think
I
that
just want to spell something with it. Can we just like pick some letters? Like what about just the squids? We're it's in there somewhere.
I'm waiting until they put the F's in there, man. The furries. The furries need their goddamn representation,
what's up?
and I am pissed that they don't fucking have it.
Yeah, no, I think the furries are definitely misrepresented too often.
I didn't know Scott was in AA.
He's not an AAA.
AAA?
They don't lump
That's
2A
on the
people in.
street.
Oh, 2A, Second Amendment.
Yeah.
There we go, Second Amendment.
I thought he had a problem.
No.
Well,
I mean, I see how you could conflate that 2A being Alcoholics Anonymous, and then
Yeah, no, Family Guy episode I love. And they're like, hey, we just need to get AAA out here to tow us. And they're in Canada. And he's like, oh, yeah, I go to AAA. They're like,
AAA.
no, like, oh, yeah, everybody's at AAA.
all right.
The Canadian jokes are real.
They are.
Curcia said, I drank 2 spirits once. I am now am I two-spirited?
John, you are two-spirited.
Yes, he is. Yeah, because his face looks like he's grumpy as shit all the time, but he's always goofing around and having fun. Like he's definitely got the male equivalent of resting bitch face.
I just realized that I forgot about my new objective for the Hoover. So we need to get on that
needs to
picture
happen.
up. Because I was thinking in my head, I'm like already in the next step. I'm like, we need a Ziploc bag that just says Schneef on it. Schneef. That we could sprinkle all over the floor and watch it Hoover Schneef. It's coming together, kids.
Sometimes the jokes, you got to get into a car to get to the punchline.
We'll get there eventually.
When he's over there, like, we fucking drove here for this? What the fuck are we doing?
we chose this life.
Like, yeah, really just reevaluating those life choices right now, I'd say. doing pretty good for a Sunday morning, though.
Oh yeah.
That 9:30.
Any of us
starts way
hungover?
better than 8.
Yeah, that
Holy
was
shit.
that was tough. And then by the end, like those guys were coming in force, and it was like, all right, we got to go. That made it awkward, buds. No, that ended up being a really good time. That dude's birthday party. Everybody seemed to have a blast. You guys even hung out for a while.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, but like just everybody did their thing, moseyed around. The pinball machine was going the whole time. Foosball was going. It was nice to see people use.
Hey, the
lounge.
foosball.
The foosball.
It was in my pocket the whole time.
Aha.
Foosball
I thought I
is
was
the
just happy
devil.
to see you.
Don't say donuts right now. I'm hungry. Don't.
I don't want you playing the foosball.
Don't play the foosball. You're the devil, mama.
And she showed me her boobies, and I like them too.
Was it with Vicky Vaughn?
Vicky Valancourt.
Valancourt,
That's
yeah.
right. I was like, I
She's
knew I was
not the
wrong.
devil.
You're the devil. And she showed me her boobies, and I like them too.
Somebody was in here on Friday, and we all started doing the water sucks, and they're like, "What the fuck is wrong with you people?" I'm like, "You
Yeah.
ever seen Waterboy?"
Yeah, you guys actually scared a guy out of here, which is pretty fun. Not going to name him, but that was pretty funny to me.
Usually they just turn around at the door.
He sat down. He was like, okay, I've been here before. Oh, this is not the same people.
I was like, who are these fucking degenerates?
So what did I get
gotta
myself
get the
into?
fuck out of
Enter at
here.
your own risk sign would do you some good, I would say.
I feel like that would be counterproductive to the making a living thing, though.
I don't know. I think with the clientele that you're actually bringing in and driving, that's moving the numbers for you, you'd be all right. It just make them want to enter more.
So many comments, a little time. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Cheap.
Oh,
Cheapolodean.
sucks.
Okay. I see where you were going.
I had
with
nowhere
that.
to go with it. Everybody else's attention was out there, and I was like, "Say something, Corey," and that's where I was.
Say something so we can laugh at you.
That's generally the premise, yes. Although I didn't hear a lot of laughs. Let's get into the events, shall we? There is no music for this, but you could lightly play. No. Bottom right of the bottom board. Just play it low. Is that low? I mean, that one's on you.
Or we could just not play music and you read the damn thing.
We could. It doesn't sound
Read the
like
damn
us.
thing and keep the music out of it, okay, pal?
You're the one that's always trying to birdwalk me.
I would never do that. You mean like I'm
You need
doing
a really
successfully
small
right now?
leash. No, I was embracing it. I was actually
Right.
trying to keep you going. You
But
know
that's what we're
I'm saying?
doing.
That's right.
I mean, that's where we're at.
Okay.
Pitter patter.
I got nothing.
Okay.
Monday, August 14th. That extra H, man. I can't wait till the 14th's over because it's fucking me up. At the Smokestack, Everything Tobacco, join us for the annual pig roast. Yeah, that's right. They're going to be roasting Jason, featuring La Polina this year. Free food, drinks, and great deals on cigars and giveaways. Don't miss out. Friday, August 18th at Dirty Dogs. It's the 14th anniversary. Time to let the dogs out. Are you ready? Do you have enough Sinistro cigars to finish the summer? Load up with us Friday, August 18th from 6 to 10 p.m. The one and only Coleman Fine, the man about town. Local guy done good. Bon vivant, celebrity, and cigar guy extraordinaire will be in the house with steals and deals. Help the Dirty Dog celebrate 14 years of meeting new customers and making some great friends along the way. Dirty Dog putting in the effort. Maybe bring it down about 10% there, Squirrely Dan. SOT, August 19th. That's right. I'm embracing it all today. Saturday, August 19th, the Leaning House Fine Cigars 11th annual deck party with Final Time 2 live. That's right. They're still alive. Don't miss the event of the year. Leaning House Fine Cigars is hosting its 11th annual Asylum Deck Party. Please join us at Southwestern Pennsylvania's premier cigar lounge / music venue. Leaning House Fine Cigars, Saturday, August 19th. The one and only Final Time 2 will be performing live on the open-air covered deck. As usual, Final Time 2, fantastic band, great entertainers, and longtime friends of the house. Will not disappoint. I'm just going, there's so much redundancies in this read, man. Not only will we be offering fantastic music, the guy that wrote it sucks, but also amazing cigars. Another longtime friend of the house, Lucas Nook Mercer, will be swinging CLE Asylum cigars, and also some really cool swag. Shop opens at 11. Cigar event starts at 5. Music starts at 6. $10 cover. BYOB event. Text Dave to reserve seats, but not at Jeff Scales' table because I already got that one. It's a thing. Saturday, August 20th. Sunday, August 20th, the traditional is grand opening. Mark your calendars. Grand opening event will be Sunday, August 20th, 2023. We'll have plenty of deals on forged products such as Partagas, Boulevard, La Gloria Cubana, Diesel, and more. Go check out the newest shop in the area. Jay will have the shop opened at noon for everyone to come hang, make purchases, and take advantages of great deals. But that's not all. At 5 p.m. in the event side, a Squirrel Hills sports bar across the street, they'll have a cash bar and smoking will be allowed for the day, which is cool. Ooh. They're converting them over. I've actually seen a show there. It was a good time. Really? I got a buddy that has that's in a Tool cover band. They're really fucking good. It's one of they're named after one of the songs. Like,
Lateralis.
Is it?
I don't know. It was a guess.
It's either that or Parabola, but I think it's it's one of them. You know, one of them words. Sunday, August 27th, House of Feruza, 4th Annual Pig Roast. Join us at the House of Feruza for the Annual Pig Roast. Another redundancy. It's like somebody just copied and pasted too many times. This is an outdoor summer festival celebrating an awesome community at the Barbershop and Cigar Lounge. The event is open to the public and will feature live music, a cornhole tournament with a prize for the winning team, great food provided by Off the Rails Barbecue, lots of giveaways of 50-50 cigar deals, and special sign-up price for membership at the Cigar Lounge. Tickets are $25 for adults. The whole family is welcome, so children under 12 get in for a special of $10. So hell yeah. RSVP for a chance to win a door prize. For questions or to RSVP, call Sam Rao at 412. It might not be Sam's number. I don't know. It could be Evan's. 298-5220. He's the Rao. I got to see him soon. Kid needs a haircut. Saturday, September 9th at Leaning House Fine Cigars, an acoustic evening with the Strum Junkies. That's right. We're going to be there. It's going to be disappointing, I'm sure. So bring your fruits and vegetables. Not in the face. That's all I ask.
Who'd you get bumped for?
One of the guys. It's not like a band name. It's one of the ones that just is like the dude's name. He got a gig in Vegas. So the date that we were going to play is his only other opening, so we just flopped with him. So
nice,
which is good because it's like a little extra time for me to practice and not suck. Preparation. I think it's going to be fun though. It's going to be an interesting night.
I've definitely heard some of the plans that some of the people that are going are going to be having, and BGD? It's going to be fun. Oh, that one of the many.
Yeah.
Yes, he's got a whole collection of people, and they have a plan.
Ironically, this is going to be the worst musical event at Leaning House this year, and it's going to be just elbows to assholes.
I feel like if we can get Earl to do a karaoke night there, then you might be safe on not being the worst. Like at least
I don't know, man. He's got something going on. He's not down with that no more.
He's not down with the karaoke.
The karaoke.
Karaoke.
By the way, I can hook that up here anytime.
Karaoke is the Japanese word for tone deaf.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're not kidding?
No, I'm not kidding. It is the Japanese word for tone deaf.
I don't believe you.
Seneca, Google it.
Google that shit, yo.
I call bullshit. Short bird carrot leash?
I missed something here. I got Seth Jones is sending heads of cabbage from the compost bin to Ryan, and I'm not sure why.
I look down, every comment is new.
Yeah.
But I'm going to say that Lindsay is my spirit animal. Because she's thinking about donuts right now. And I'm always thinking about donuts.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Donuts are delicious.
I remember last week was kind of cool. Somebody brought some donuts. And this week, nothing. You know?
Yeah. I mean, it's
a little sad, really.
Okay.
I don't know what's worse, not bringing donuts or not bringing donuts and then bringing up the fact that donuts exist for us all to sit here and stew over and wish that we had.
Or bringing donuts and it's all just Dunkin' Donuts powdered sugar donuts, like the normal, the ring donut with no filling in them.
Yeah, but those are good.
That's always the last donut in the box, though.
So karaoke, the meaning in Japanese is singing without music, and in other words, translates into empty orchestra. So basically, karaoke. Yeah, I was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Karaoke means
been wrong.
acapella.
Happened to me.
I like that it was tone deaf better. I wish that was. I do wish.
But it's actually completely inaccurate because you're singing with the music. It's the music without the singing, so that you can fill in the singing. So like, there's a lot of problems there. It's a really loaded word.
I want to address that comment, but I don't want to address that comment.
Boston cream or nothing?
Yeah.
What about Bavarian?
I just
We're in the Bavarian Village Shopping Center.
I just feel like certain people just like to be cream filled.
That's right.
And that's what, you know, and I just didn't know what to say on that and where
That
to
was
go with
perfect.
that one. I just,
That was
You ever just
fucking
suck the
perfect.
cream out and then, you know, like I wish I could refill this
in
somehow.
some instances I would just leave the cream in there. I wouldn't.
You seem more like a jelly man.
I like crullers. Those are my favorite.
French crullers?
Yeah.
My favorite donut.
Crullers and apple friddle.
Yeah.
Friddle.
The nice thing is you can eat like 50 of them because they're light. There's nothing in them. They're just
yeah,
a framework.
They're so delicious, but they're so just And then nobody ever gets crullers, but yet when they show up,
I do.
Every bastard eats them all, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
I've gone through the Dunkin' Donuts drive-through and just ordered 2 French crullers more times than I could count. Like that's all I want, and they're like, "What?" I'm like, "The fluffy donut."
Keith said maple bacon. So Britt used to make
That's somebody's nickname.
maple bacon.
That'd actually be a great name for a strip joint. The fluffy donut.
The fluffy donut.
I don't. I think
BGD would go.
be
Yeah,
better.
if it was a dude's strip club, you could call it the fluffy
yeah.
donut.
Yeah, I didn't specify.
Okay.
It's just a great name.
Keith brought up, he said maple bacon. So Britt used to make these elaborate cupcakes all the time. And she would make pancake batter, or waffle batter cupcakes that had sausage, like a chunk of sausage inside with maple icing and then bacon bits on top. Bro, I lived on those for a while. They were so good.
Speaking of strip clubs, here is
I knew this was coming.
the free $1 billion idea I'm going to toss out into the internet. That so I always thought it would be cool to own a strip club, but a themed strip club.
Vice City.
Like
so you
rotating
get
theme or like always one theme?
always one theme. You get all the girls to create their own superheroes, right? And they dress up as these superheroes, and you just call the place the comic strip.
Where you make them all wear.
No, I'm for it.
Dude, the
What if they all wear
neckbeards inside that
stewardess
place.
outfits?
Imagine when that freaking cape gets like wrapped on the pole.
Oh.
They're coming down as they're sliding down. Just
That's okay. There's a demographic for that too.
Yeah, there sure is.
I was really expecting you to grab the Incredibles reference and go no capes, no capes, no capes.
I was thinking it,
Yeah.
but not tied to the Incredibles. I didn't know where it came from in my head, but there was a connection there
Yeah.
somehow. I just couldn't get it. What if they wore stewardess outfits instead?
What would you call that?
The landing strip.
Oh, the landing strip.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you
Jen
see,
said she doesn't know how yours doesn't exist already.
I know, Jen. Let's start it. Fuck it.
I think Seneca can be your first employee. At
We'll
the
just be
landing strip.
flesh peddlers.
Huh. You think we can get him on board with that?
Maybe.
Lindsay's back there like, I dig it.
Yeah. Yeah, but Lindsay can't even get him to come home on time. So
Oh, look out, dude! The death glare. I can feel it from here. Not even just see it. Like
she looks like a Muppet.
it was aimed at you, yet the laser beam had that much power.
You gotta focus that thing in the right direction. You know what I mean? You don't want bystanders and stuff. I'm just gonna spend the rest of my day at work reading through all these comments because there's a lot of them. I like it.
I dig the participation. Again, if you're liking what you're seeing, share the podcast.
Share,
like it,
follow,
comment. All that shit helps the algorithm, helps it share, helps get out there. And that way we can continue to provide you with this lowbrow entertainment.
What about instead of karaoke where you get up and sing, what if it's just walk-ins always welcome strip club and just call it the participation trophy?
The participation trophy.
Yeah.
I like that you did the Walk-ins always open, and I heard it as though like that was a Christopher Walken song that he did, and I was like, "What song is that?" I can't think of it. Like Walk-ins. Which one did he do?
Don't worry.
Come on, take off your clothes and let's have a conversation.
Let's open one in Finleyville and call it More Cowbell.
More cowbell.
I put my pants on the same as you. The only difference is when I do, I make gold records.
Troy City visited a full nude strip club in Miami called the Miami Gold. All the girls had different themed outfits, and then they would come out as teachers, policemen, etc. Ryan said a woman came out as a policeman. Definitely a Florida thing.
Hey, it's 2023.
Let's start a competing business with to compete with Send Nods, and we could call it the. I don't remember what it's going to
Keep
call
your
it.
clothes on.
I got to get back to it. Hold on. Don't fear the creeper. That was it.
Yes. Don't fear the creeper.
Yes. There was something in there. It was the Christopher Walken, and I was like, fucking okay,
about?
Blue Oyster Cult. Fucking, I'm like, oh yeah, there's stuff.
I like where your head's at, but if
That's
you do
right.
it again, I'll stab you in the eye with a soldering iron.
Stab you in the eye with a soldering iron.
The difference is
the
I'm a
man-
millionaire.
Yeah.
You watched that the whole way through yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of there's so many good lines, but he's essentially taken what Shatner did terribly and turned it into something that we actually look
An
forward
art
to
form,
seeing. Yeah.
Like one of my favorite roles that Christopher Walken played in, and this is going to be kind of an obscure movie, is he played this guy that his name was either the head or the man with the plan. It was in a movie called Things to Do in Denver When You're Dead.
Okay.
Great movie.
Really?
And he was a crippled guy in there. And at one point in time, Andy, I forget his name.
Dufresne? Andy Dufresne.
Andy Dufresne, it might be. But he's sitting in this wheelchair, and Andy's character was a mobster, and he's like, get on your knees and suck my fucking crippled cock. It was good.
They just took a turn.
Yeah, that went far fast. That was a lot. That was a lot. Why don't we welcome our new ones?
We could
There
do
we
that.
go.
We could change the old subject.
Just gonna completely walk away from that. Sorry.
Let's welcome the new members to the Facebook group.
Wait,
They
wait,
did
wait.
what you should have did.
You have to read it in your walking impression.
Oh, I don't have one. It's
It doesn't matter.
let's welcome our new members to the Facebook group.
How did you go Bobcat Goldthwait with that?
I told you.
Did anybody else?
I told you I ain't got one.
Dude, no. Like, it was actually a good Bobcat impersonation, though. That's the scary part.
Yeah, fair enough. These guys did what you should have did, and they joined the Facebook group. And if you've already done it, create another profile and do it again, because we have no shame. Paul A. Lauer Blair. I don't know. I think that's one word. That's just one person. You got a lot going on there, Paul. Jared Colvig, William Isquarito. I'm going to say yes. Joe Van Morter, and Luis Rivera. Joe Van Morter sounds like the bad guy in a Bruce Willis movie.
I'm just waiting for him to freaking start a new Christmas one.
Like, bro, you're going to fall off a building at the end.
Yes.
For sure. Like, I'm sorry. You're not going to make it.
All right, I was reading William's name is Izquierdo.
Good for you.
I like discussing the names to see like which one of us can butcher it worse.
I mean, yours sounded more culture accurate, maybe,
Okay.
depending on his culture, because we don't know. Don't assume my culture, bro.
My bad, bro.
That's going to be the next thing we can all caring about.
Yeah.
Don't assume my culture. Actually, I've experienced that, though. Fucking when you get a little too tan in West Texas and people are fucking speaking Spanish to me, I'm like, don't assume my culture. I don't fucking know what y'all are saying.
And now we're
The
canceled.
microphone's over here.
We actually
Now we're
you
canceled.
found a way to actually get us canceled. Congratulations.
Well, yeah, it was bound to happen.
So between that, him talking about his Russian bots on a video that's going to be on YouTube. We stand a great chance of just
Subscribe.
tackling
What
the algorithm.
happened
Comrade.
here? Really? I mean, you got Christopher. Like, if somebody could animate this episode, you know what I'm saying? Like, fucking, it would blow up on Adult Swim. That's all I know. Fucking the pickle finger dipping.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I don't. And here's the thing: he's not a member of the Cigar Junkies podcast, so I don't know where
How'd
he
he get in
came
here?
from.
Who
Yeah,
let
he
you
was
in?
just.
Well, you got to remember, I shared
bouncer.
it to like all the different.
I was just like looking up to say
Yeah.
it.
Well, I shared it to all the different cigar groups, so he's probably part of one of those.
Right.
But that profile picture is actually it was creepy. Like it was creepy and slightly seductive, but creepy mostly. There were, I mean, two parts to that. You know,
I'd be okay with that on my tombstone. creepy and slightly seductive, and a rising crust.
And a rising crust.
Yeah. It all comes back to 90s commercials.
And don't forget the mannequin party.
That's right.
But your crust is kind of cheese filled.
On occasion.
Mm.
Yeah. We got to start hyphenating the mannequin party. Man-akin party.
They're man akin.
Yeah, you feel like it's enough? I feel like it's enough.
So here's where we do the outro. Ready?
Wait, what?
What?
No, literally what?
I said, here's where we do the outro.
Yeah.
Oh, is this where we do it?
This is where we do it.
All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us for this freaking whatever this was. This cigar is good for somebody that's stepping up from mild to medium, or somebody that likes medium, or
Honestly,
somebody that's just
a good
tired
smoke.
of full. Yeah, it's not bad.
Just a good smoke.
Just a good smoke.
Okay, it's always got to be just something, right?
Just a good smoke.
That's right.
Yeah.
If you're in Pennsylvania, check out PACC and PCC. If not, Harper's Cigar Lounge got all of the hard rock and the cigar combined for, your hair metal tobacco pleasures. Join us every Sunday at 9:30 where we air the show live from Just a Tip Cigars in Bavarian Village, or the Facebook group. You can jump in here and be a part of this monstrosity of offensiveness. Check it out sometime.
Salud.
Do that.